Hi, I'm Greta.
And I'm Claudia, and welcome to Knitters and Critters, where absolutely nothing of worth happened in the last episode.
Oh my god.
How you doing, kids?
How's everyone? So we didn't record an episode for episode 20 or 32,
Right.
but who cares about episode
Yeah,
32?
that ship sailed.
Because oh my god, episode 33. What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well we may as well start with like the easy stuff. The beginning half of the episode.
Yeah.
They were rolling crazy well during the beginning half of the
They
episode.
used up all their good rolls.
Yeah, they really
think.
did. What do you think about the Artana Vo situation?
Oh my
Was that like a
gosh.
huge mistake, letting her go invisible and throwing
Yeah.
her at General Ratanish?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that was one of their, best decisions
Yeah,
ever.
I think
not
they
that this
really
group makes
could have used Artana Vo later in the episode.
They could have
Yeah.
used anybody to help them.
Yeah, oh my god. I thought it was really funny when Laudna like ring-girled up the side of the keep and like surprised Artanovo. Do you think Laudna actually got the ring implanted on her like jetpack or whatever it is? Do you
I
think that
want to
worked?
say yes, but it's the Hell Bell's house. I still can't do it.
I know,
I'm
I do it
never
wrong at,
I'm
like,
never
half the
gonna do it. So who knows? But yeah, all I know is yeah, that was a really good like Laudna thing to do.
It was very Laudna.
Yeah.
I think it also kind of like worked against them and made them feel maybe a little bit more cocky than they should have felt going up against Odahan Thule later in the episode, because it was really pretty easy for Laudna to plant the ring.
Yeah.
And I think that's partially because, Matt had to roll a disadvantage when
Yeah.
Odahan like attacked at that point, but oh shit.
But we all know why we're here.
We sure do. The Battle of Bosphorus happened. We lived through it.
The long night.
Winter has come.
Yeah. That was, yeah, so their initiative
Was
roles
awful.
were so bad.
Yeah.
And we just, Steven, actually your brother and his wife, and Aiden, my son, and I played on Saturday, and we had some really bad initiative rolls, and we're all like,
Yeah.
because that can really, you're just starting in a bad place,
Yeah.
and that definitely happened.
Oh, yeah, and it just set them all up for failure. I can't believe it. Like how quickly everything went bad.
Ashton going down so easily.
Yeah, pretty much immediately.
He's the tank.
Yeah.
He is the one that's supposed to just, keep everybody else
Yeah, he's supposed to do damage and attract
and take
and
damage.
take damage. Yeah.
And he went down, he was the first one, right?
Yeah, and I think it was
and-
within a single turn for Odahan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was just doing so much damage with her like triple
Yeah.
hits, and I think that sort of mentally, when you see your tank go down at the very beginning of an encounter, that just sorts of, messes with you in
Yeah.
so many ways, because you're like,
It was definitely an oh shit moment of, so we're all gonna run, right? And so I think Imogen went next, so she ran. But everyone else, because their initiative orders were so low, really didn't get the opportunity to run. Especially with Odahan and those like shadow warriors, which admittedly are kind of squishy, thank God, otherwise it would have completely been a TPK.
yeah,
But my God, and she just completely neutralized
yeah.
Ashton and Chetney, which are like the major damage dealers, at least melee.
Yeah, Ashton was a non.
And Chetney couldn't even get
know.
close. Every time
No.
he got close, she zipped away.
Yeah,
Holy
Ashton
crap.
would finally get up, and nope, you're not. You're just not going to be part of this battle, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just like this sort of death spiral
I know.
of bad rolls because the dice were not with
Yeah.
them.
Oh my God, when Laudna went down, I think the first time, because she went down at the end of the
Yeah.
episode too, but when
Yeah.
she went down the first time and she got that natural 20 that brought her back up, and it was like Delilah in her mind, like, I'm not finished with you, darling. Oh my God, every Delilah just gets me. I can't.
Yeah. Hey there, Delilah. So what do we think? What do we think? What do we think the opening of episode 34 is going to be like?
I have no idea. That flash to white,
Yeah.
what happens? If it's all a dream, I will be very upset.
I am not okay with them all being transported, or I mean, I'm okay with the transported part, but them all being okay. Like,
Yeah.
no, 3 of them are down. 2 of them are like
Are dead, yeah.
gone. A couple of others are on their second death save failures.
Yeah.
We've talked about consequences before, about at least this campaign where, I just think they haven't, Fern stealing everything and not really having major repercussions most of the time, and Imogen getting into everyone's heads, and
And Chetney going after random people.
yeah, come on. And
I mean,
they're-
it's all funny to watch, but there's also got to be, like you said, consequences. Otherwise, it means nothing.
Yeah, and I think if everybody, I'm okay if it is done in a believable way where FCG, who has a Revivify left, casts it on Fern, who as a druid always has one ready to go, and then she could potentially get Orem. And then, something happens and Loudna doesn't get murdered because, as an Odahan, like right there.
Yeah, she was like ready for the coup de grace.
For the third
Yeah.
one. So if it is by roles and actions that they are okay, I think that would be one thing. But if I don't know,
It's just magic. They get
yeah,
transported somewhere.
It was
or
a
if, like,
dream. Vox Machina shows up.
yeah, Keyleth happens to be there all of a
Like,
sudden.
I
Or even like if, now that Imogen has
Went Dark
surrendered.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
went Dark Phoenix and surrendered to her Rootisborn powers. Like, I don't even know how I would feel about Odahan saying, "Oh, you're on my side now, so here, I'll bring your friends back up." Like, I don't know if I would buy that either.
No, and it's a fine line. I mean, I understand that Matt has probably, if they haven't, they probably shot the episode already, but
Yeah.
that's got to have been real stressful for him to kind of
Yeah.
balance all of that. It's like, okay, do they get to keep these characters that they have worked so hard, on creating and everything, or do we go full, you
Yeah.
fucked around and found out,
Yeah.
like consequences for everybody. It's got to be difficult for him to sort of manage everything,
Especially with the existence of Fern and Orem in the campaign, because they started at EXU. So I wonder if, like, Abria slid into Matt's DMs like, "What the fuck are you doing with half of my
and Dorian.
team?" Dorian. Oh,
They're gonna
my
go,
God.
oh, by the way, Dorian,
You
they're
got
all
this
gone."
voicemail on the phone of Orem dying. Could you imagine the sending
my
stone going off and
gosh.
just hearing your friends being killed like a world
Can you
away?
imagine? Yeah, like a butt dial.
But if it brings Dorian back, maybe it was
I
worth
mean,
it. I mean,
We could live with that.
Yeah.
We could potentially
speaking
live
of
with
consequences. Oh my God.
that. Yeah.
This
that was
episode for
rough.
me too was also like a lesson in, if you're confused about something the DM is doing and you're not sure what he wants from you or what another character wants from you, like, don't forget about those insight checks. Like all I could think was, Laura, I'm confused too, but you have an insight check. You can take the second to see, and maybe the dice will be kind, and you can get a hint of, well, Odahan's waiting for you to unleash all of your power. Or if she was afraid of doing that, which I think is part of it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she could have gotten a hint as to what would have happened. And it would have maybe lessened some of the killing blows that her friends got. man.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, and just, seeing all the characters kind of like, all the players just kind of like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Especially
and
Liam.
Liam pacing around, like hugging people.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
Jesus,
I have
don't even
no
know.
idea. I have no idea what's going to happen. I know what would be disappointing, like we've said, like
Yeah.
some kind of, and everything's fine.
And everything's fine.
But I have no idea. What's going to
Also,
happen.
they just painted a huge fucking target on Daddy Esteros' back.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen there?
Yeah. Well, you've mentioned he needs to die.
I am cruel. I am cruel that way.
She kills off hot characters. I'm just
What I
saying.
do.
Still like not over that. Daddy Armand.
Who doesn't love a DILF? Yeah, so Esteros, I think, is in the crosshairs. They, Orym figured out that it was Odahan who killed his husband, and it really sucks that he doesn't get to have, at least as of right now, like any, maybe not revenge, but at least some kind of justice.
Yeah, that really sucks.
And also, who the fuck was attacking the Paragon's Call? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Because, Artana Vo is very much lone wolf. So I doubt she really teamed up with some other group to stage this. Do you think maybe it was like what were they called? Like the fist of the Ruiners?
Yeah.
Because didn't the Bell Tell say, "Oh, we're part of the Paragon's Call" when they were getting mugged along the roadside and then just demolished that group?
Yeah.
So maybe that was some vengeance. I don't know. But it seemed like there were more players on the field, and if they could have only identified who that other team was, they wouldn't have maybe gone in and gotten so completely owned.
Yeah. The dice were definitely not on their side. They made a couple of, and the thing is, when you're playing, you don't know how big of an impact a decision you make will have down the road.
Yeah.
And I think that happened here. There were several things that, now looking back, they're like, should have done this, should have said that.
Yeah.
And at the time, they may seem like small decisions, but it
snowballs so quickly.
It does, and it did here. I mean, it just seemed like every round of the battle, they were just like in a worse situation, and there was just no getting out of it. Oh my god! Yeah, it was pretty traumatic.
Yeah. So as you can tell, we were both still in shock. But holy God, cannot wait for this Thursday.
3 days.
Figure out what the hell happened.
No, I can't wait. From what I understand, they've been getting a lot of like mean mail, mean messages.
Yeah.
And that's just not okay.
Yeah, that's not necessary, guys.
No. Can we just say that, yes, they're much better at this than, certainly us.
Yeah.
And most people who've played, but this is still happening, in real time for them.
Yeah.
It is, there are these decisions that you make that you kind of maybe don't consider 100%, and you're like, okay, that's not really important, and then it comes back to bite you.
Yeah. Or when the adrenaline is going and you're just not hearing things properly.
Yeah.
Like they were all mentioning like how hard it was for them to hear and like comprehend the things that Matt were saying because they were just all so on edge. Like,
yeah, when you really get into it, you kind of have tunnel vision, and you only see, okay, what can I do? And you don't consider everything. You don't take in every detail that the DM is trying to like hint.
Hint.
So can we just not?
Yeah. Let's remember that we all love this game and
We do, and I'm not gonna
all
say
nerd out together.
Yeah, and I get pretty upset about football, and when people are like, it's just a game, it's like. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it's just a game, but there is just no need. It's not gonna help anything.
Yeah, it's too late to change
I'm sure
anything.
they're frustrated with what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're all like, "Wow, that was a great episode. We did
so well."
Yeah.
No,
so
they're not like that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still in shock, honestly,
too.
and partly because of what we said earlier, because there haven't been a lot of consequences, and
Yeah.
it was like all the consequences that haven't happened
It's a time
happened in
release
this.
pill of consequences.
It's like Tylenol 12 hour. All of a sudden,
Speaking of consequences, Treasury's definitely dead, right?
do we care?
I mean, I don't think
At
anyone
this
cares,
point,
but it's definitely been more than 10 minutes.
yeah. Unless he Mission Impossible that, I think he's
Or unless Artanovo stole it from them somehow.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I think Trashy just kind of like fell down a bunch of rungs in their ladder of priorities.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, because I really don't care about Trashy at this point. Whew.
Oh my god. All right, guys. Leave us all of your theories.
Who do you
because
think, if you think somebody's
Yes.
gonna stay?
dead? Who's your bets? Lay your bets now. Also, did they transport somewhere? What happens after the flash to white? What do you
Yeah.
think? Leave us all your theories.
Yeah.
I am dying to know, and I feel like I don't have a good theory. Thank you as always for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps keep the lights on here. And until next time, bye.